Speaker. Thank you for that question, Honorable Malema. The issue of the instigators of this violent actions that have been taken against people from other countries is a matter that is being processed. The police.
The low-budget Winnie of South Africa, Jacinta Zuma, she is finally asking the government that they should not blame her for whatever thing that's happened in South Africa. Let me give you guys a backup story. So recently there was a conference that has been held in South Africa, and Julius Malema was there, and he asked the president of South Africa, Cyril Ramaphosa, what should be done to the instigators of these issues that is currently happening in South Africa that has caused a lot of problems for South Africans, businesses, companies, and making all companies to leave South Africa. And the president of South Africa responded that the instigators of these issues that is happening in South Africa would be jailed for life, that they are working on it. So Jacinta Ngubeze, low budget Winnie, came out, as a means to clear herself that she is not part of it, that anything that happened in South Africa, that she is not part of it. You see what I told you guys, that this girl is a content creator. This lady, let's take a look at the video to hear what the president have to say. And as you're watching, kindly like the video, share the video, and please subscribe to the channel.
Thank you for that question, Honorable Malema. The issue of the instigators of this violent actions that have been taken against people from other countries is a matter that is being processed. The police have informed us, and all security apparatus have informed us that they are following all that up. They are getting all the reports and evidence. A number of other people have been arrested, and of course, those others who were seen to be leading these processes are also people who are of interest, of direct interest to the police, and that is a process that is going to be followed up. We are obviously concerned about the actions that have been taken against many Africans in our country, and we have made it clear that those who violate the law, those who transgress the various precepts of our laws, need to be dealt with. And in a number of cases where, for instance, incidents of violence have even resulted into injury, into death, we are going to be following all that up and ensuring indeed that those who have perpetrated those acts are followed up, and there will be arrests, and there will be charges that will be preferred against those who have done so. So that is a process which the police, the prosecuting authority, is going to be following up without any doubt. Thank you, Honorable Speaker.
Ludica Chronicles, Jacinta does not want to take the blame. She says, please, do not blame me for what's happening on the streets of South Africa. People barging into businesses, people harassing foreigners, people beating up foreigners, people threatening foreigners. Jacinta saying, please don't blame her. Don't blame March on March. South Africans were always going to do that. And she's talking absolute garbage. She's talking absolute lies. And the frustrating thing is, Jacinta thinks South Africa is dumb. She thinks every South African is absolutely stupid. I think you can sense from my tone and my expression and my emotions, I am highly upset because we are sick and tired of being made idiots as South Africans. Jacinta started all this. She enticed South Africans. She enticed crime. She enticed violence. Yes, it's criminal act. It's criminal behavior to barge into someone's shop, to loot someone, to beat someone up, to attack someone. It's criminal. It's crime. She enticed with March on March. Before March on March, there was no such. There was no such. She needs to take accountability. She needs to be put to the task. Something needs to happen to her. She can't just sit there and look all pretty and act all adequate and calm and like she's not going to take the blame. And March on March is not a political party. It's a movement. And thereafter, people that are not legal in the country, blah, 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 blah. But her actions on the streets and the way she speaks is different to what she's saying here on YFM. You know, it's a glorious occasion, but you're not, if you're not following, I'm sure why you're not following, but if you're not, please don't forget to follow and leave a comment. Something needs to be done. She needs to be put to task. She must answer for what she's done. The streets are not safe for business people because of her. Because you see, the people that are causing havoc in our country, they don't ask questions. Whether you are South African or not South African, they are absolutely threatening you, attacking your shop. They don't care. And some people are even getting beat on the street. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. But hey, the sad part is there's some South Africans who agree with this.
Before I even get to that, now it makes sense. She had no choice. It was a smart move. If you ask me, it was a smart move. Everything she's doing is calculated. She's not making a mistake. She's already building her case. Okay, it makes sense. She's married to a lawyer. It makes sense. Right now, she understands the hefty costs that are about to happen. It also makes sense why the SA Forum, the South African Forum, has been created. It's for her legal defense. The SA Forum, because she said that it's to defend people. No, the SA Forum is Kwama. It's for her personal legal defense. It's not for anything. It's for her legal defense. She needs to learn from AfriForum because she's going to need money. Like, she understands the costs that are about to come before her. Besides, even if understand this, even if she does escape, there are some costs that are going to have to get paid for damaged property. Who's going to pay for those? Because somebody has to account. Yamu's president said it very clearly. There's the part where he was talking about the security, the national security. I'm going to touch that a bit later on, but I want to start with the beginning. We heard what the president said. The instigators are of very close interest to law enforcement. Let's revisit again. Stay with me. Let's revisit again what constitutes an instigator. All of these. Let's go back again. So, according to the South African law, right, this is something that you can Google yourself, what constitutes an instigator. It says here, an instigator in South Africa is legally classified as a person who induces, incites, instigates, commands, or procures another person to commit a criminal offense or public violence. Under South African criminal law and relevant legislation, such as the Riotous Assemblies Act and Cybersecurities Act, an instigator shares criminal liability equivalent to someone who actually committed the primary crime. Common charges include incitement to commit public violence, encourages crowds or individuals to gather. You encourage crowds or individuals to either gather, riot, loot, or destroy property. When the individuals were in these sessions and then they leave, because she can say that she's not, I got as much as she likes, but when you organize a march against illegal foreigners and then illegal foreigners are affected, their shops are looted, some of them lose their lives, who organized that? She was not talking about flowers in these sessions. She was not talking about the birds and the bees. It was not a life orientation and then people decided they're going to go out and target immigrants. Her rhetoric was insightful. Conspiracy and terrorism, planning or coordinating systematic economic sabotage or violent acts. What were the taxi drivers and taxi industry complaining about? Stay with. It continues to say, authorities and courts typically look at specific actions to classify someone as a riot. Someone as a riot or instigate. Authorities and courts typically look at specific actions to classify someone as a riot or unrest instigator. Coordination and communication using digital platforms such as WhatsApp, Telegram, X, or formerly Twitter or Facebook to distribute provocative messages, voice notes, or coordinated attack plans. The objective test, evaluating whether a reasonable person reading or viewing the instigator's published content would be prompted or inspired to engage in unlawful, violent actions, regardless of the poster's underlying excuse or subjective intent. Mobilization, directing crowds towards specific economic targets, infrastructure, or transport routes to disrupt public peace or commerce. What does this mean? Right. You don't necessarily have to say, guys, let's go and loot there. You don't have to. If your messaging was anti-foreigner, as an example, and then as a result, foreigners get targeted, looted, people lose their lives. Unkamulo lost his life. You are considered an instigator. Now, what happens when you are? What are the charges that are associated with this? It says high-scale incitement and public violence, up to 15 years. When instigation leads to widespread rioting, looting, or destruction of infrastructure, courts hand down severe direct prison sentences to set a deterrent. Real world case. High profile instigators of the July 2021 civil unrest have been sentenced to 12 years in prison for inciting public violence through video messages that led to the burning down of shopping malls. Burning down only of shopping malls, social media and digital incitement. Under Section 14 of the Cyber Crimes Act, sharing text, audio or video messages on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, intending to incite property damage or violence against people is a serious criminal offense.
Even me myself, I was beginning to ask questions that are there no government in South Africa that is watching all these things happen in South Africa? But right now, if Julius Malema didn't ask this question, who would know the response of Cyril Ramaphosa? But still, yes, Cyril Ramaphosa is not to be trusted because this man is a very corny person. Cyril Ramaphosa saw everything that's going on in the country. During the SADC summit, he made a statement to all the African presidents from the southeast, that we are going to end the xenophobic attack, that we are not xenophobic, that they are preaching unity. You see, most times when these people speak, they are politicians, they do not actually mean what they are saying. Most times I feel like using 2x2 on Cyril Ramaphosa, hitting his head. Because I don't know if that man thinks straight. He's just speaking, really, like. But all the same, let's watch and see what happens to Jacinta and her crew if they will be jailed for instigating violence in their country, because she is an instigator. For her to come, even though she didn't, tell them to start looting, but directly or indirectly, she instigated their mind to start beating up people and looting stores, because she is the leader of the March on March. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Please kindly share this video, like and subscribe.